amigos. Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for the show with no name. Now get ready for
T-minus 10,
liftoff.
9, 8,
Come
7,
on.
6, 5,
Countdown
4,
with me, folks.
3,
2,
2,
1. Come on.
ignition, liftoff.
I hope you're psyched.
30 minutes after the
And we're off.
Get ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts.
Hold on to your hats.
Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time.
On radio.
The show with no name.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
Welcome, show with no namers. Thank you so much for not only listening, but for participating in our show every day. Thank you. And speaking of participation, a big shout out to the students we're going to hear from in today's speaking section, question of the week. We're going to hear from Alberto, Born to Iron Man, Durani, Nuria, Marisol, Anix, and Chris Valrol. So a nice round of applause for those students who have decided to practice speaking English here with us on the show. And well, as a way of saying thank you, I'm going to give you my feedback as a professional, as someone with 20 years of experience. And the good thing is, if I give Alberto a little correction, usually it's a mistake that everybody makes. Bueno, cuidado, Alberto, has colado una E delante de la S. Well, I'm sure he's not the only one. So take heed. Tomar nota, prestar atención. Take heed, because some of the comments I'll be giving some of your fellow classmates, you can apply them in your own learning experience. So that's our question of the week. And wow, tons of people participating. It's great to see the fellas on board, because for a while it was lady heavy. Muchas chicas, muchas, no, de nuestras amigas. Y los chicos, crickets, grillos. But the boys are back, and now we've got a nice balanced, equilibrado, right? A little bit of everybody participating in our question of the week section. But we'll get into that a little bit later on in the show, because right now it's time for the Say What soundbite. Say what? All right, amigos, the Say What soundbite. Gonna hear a famous person speaking right now, and I want you to tell me what you hear. The good thing is we hear all kinds of accents and situations, from monologues in a movie to interviews to political speeches. We've even heard historical speeches, that, somebody heard back in the day in real time. I think last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago it was, we heard from former U.S. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Well, I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, there's tons of vocabulary in it as I take a look at it. And also, let me give you guys, I got to give you next week's question of the week as well. Now, this is another one where you got to do some soul searching. Buscar en la profundidad. As we say, buscar en el alma. What's been, or what has been, siempre se contrae para un inglés más natural. What's been the toughest phase or stage in your life so far, hasta ahora? Maybe your adolescence, your teenage years, you were confused. Hey, we're all, believe me, a lot of people say, oh, I'd love to be a teenager again. Would you really? You remember your hormones? Okay. I'm just saying. There's a certain thing about having all that stuff under control a little bit more. So what's been the toughest, el más duro, the hardest, the most difficult phase in your life? And of course, you can always add how you deal with it, como, or how you dealt with it, si es en el pasado, cómo lidiaste con ello. And again, I think we won't just practice English here, but we'll get some wonderful life advice too. And we'll also realize that all of us go through tough phases, fases que son chungas, difíciles. You know, I just saw it yesterday. It blew my mind. One of my daughter's favorite YouTubers, his name is Danny Go. Really good because it's very physical and the music is, it's funny. It's actually decent content because it's telling the kids, get up, now move to the left, now move to the right. And all tons of vocabulary in there as well. And they really look like they're having a good time. It's not that fake adult kid content like, hey kids, and you're like, oh no, this is actually even weird. So Danny Go, what am I getting at? This guy is a multi-millionaire. Okay, he is minted. That's another way of saying very rich. You can look him up. Búscalos. Danny Go. That's his stage name, obviously. And, you know, I always look, I'm like, wow, you know, I should have started a kids, you know, YouTube, and I'd be making, you know, 15 million euros a year. And, you know, sometimes we think the grass is always greener. Es la expresión. Creemos que, no, en el otro lado de alguien siempre está viviendo mejor. And yeah, if you put it that way, there are people always who are luckier than you, and there are people who are obviously on the other end of that spectrum as well. So that's what always keeps me in perspective. I'm like, yeah, I'm not in the worst situation. Maybe I'm not in the best situation, whether that's financially, whatever, you know, that everybody analyzes that individually. So Danny Go, what's the point? Okay. And this is heartbreaking, what I'm going to tell you right now. But I read an Instagram post and it said, hey guys, we've just canceled our tour. Our oldest son has stage 3 cancer. And it broke my heart. And it broke my heart. And then, you know, a lot of times, you know, I'm not envious of anyone, but I'm like, wow, I love what this guy did. He's playing with his friends. He's making good content for kids. His wife is on board. You know, it's like a family thing. They really look like they're having fun. He's got it all figured out. Lo tiene todo solucionado. And then what happens? A bomb, an atomic bomb. If it's affecting me, and I don't even fucking know the guy, just imagine. So, you know, my point, we all go through difficult phases, right? It's how you come out of them. As we also say, it's not how many times you fall in life, but how many times you get up. And that's really the difference there. So, you know, we all have our problems. The grass isn't always greener. Okay. And that just means that we all have our problems. Nobody has a perfect life. So tell us what's been maybe one of the toughest that you can remember, one of the toughest stages or phases in your life. And again, how did you deal with it? We're getting pretty deep on this month's. In February so far, we've been getting pretty deep with our question of the week section. But it's good. It's good to be able to, you know, talk about real things, not just what's your favorite soccer team? Okay, that's good. It's small talk, but sometimes we want to get to know people a little better, and we want to be able to talk about things that really matter, las cosas que realmente importan en la vida. And like in this case, health, tu salud. You can have millions of dollars. You can have the best, you know, job or situation in the world, but if you don't have your health, what have you got? What have you got? And the example I always think of there is, look at Steve Jobs. All the money, all the popularity, all the fame in the world couldn't save him from, you know, the Grim Reaper, La Muerte. We call it the Grim Reaper. So, what's been the toughest phase for you in your life so far, and how did you deal with it? And we'll help you too as your friends. Remember, we're not just your English teachers; we're also your psychiatrists here. Well, it's true. You can ask any of my students. They tell me, okay, my classes with Alberto, aside from learning English, it's a therapy session. Why? Well, I know what's going on in my students' lives. We talk about, oh, well, this situation's really difficult at work. Oh, my son has been sick for a couple weeks. We don't know what it is. And again, you start to talk about real things. And it always feels better to talk about things, even if you're talking about them in English. So I know fair well that I'm not just your teacher, I'm not just your cheerleader, but I can also be your therapist if you'd like. If you confide in me, and I can help you out, and it's great. As I said, we've got such a positive energy here in our group, and that's again thanks to you guys, our show with no namers who participate, and you put in your 2 cents, tu granito de arena, and that's absolutely beautiful. All right, well, folks, let's listen to today's Say What soundbite. I'm going to give it to you now for the first time, and then we can talk about what you heard. Here goes.
See, she'd hear me in the other room, and she would just start yelling. I'd say, peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that would send her into going crazy.
First things first, how you machines doing? You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. Let's take a picture. Quick question. ¿Cómo se dice emocionar en inglés?
To emotionate.
No. Think of Michael Jackson. Una pista de audio. It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark.
It's thriller.
That's right. So emocionar is to
thrill.
Eso es. And this book is the shit will thrill you. It's thrilling.
Sí, señor. This book is the shit. El inglés que no sabías que sabías. 1000 nuevas palabras para tu colección. De la mano de Alberto Alonso
y Damián Moya.
Así da gusto aprender.
Now we're talking.
That's right, folks. This book is the milk. This book is the shit. Again, I have 5 books among the many amazing materials that you can pick up at Von Tienda. It's vontienda.com. And as always, we take a look at a material from our bookshop in our pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Get up. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz.
That's right, folks. That's right. This is the section where we listen to a little audio clip from one of the many materials you can pick up at Von Tienda. And today we're going to be taking a look at one from English on the Go, written by yours truly, Un Servidor, English on the Go, a book where I take you to 30 different cities and we discover English as we eat, as we look at local businesses, as we look at famous people from the region. So we learn English by experiencing things, by doing things, by living things. And that was the whole idea behind that book, English on the Go. I wanted to show you guys the way I like to learn when I travel to a different city. And it involves the 5 senses. So you've got the smells, Oh, what? The what? What's going on in the city? What is it famous for? You got to see our basketball team. They're the best. Sports, we look at it all. And what I do is teach you English by teaching you about these amazing English speaking cities. And Singapore is on there as well. And just so you know, Singapore has their own brand of English, I should say. Su propia marca, que is Singlish. Singapore English. And we look at that in the book, English on the Go. But before we listen to this audio clip in today's pop quiz, today is an extremely special day in the show with no name. And it's one of those days where we are celebrating, and we are going to celebrate all day long. I'm sure you're going to see celebrations on other programs. Now, what is it? Vaughn Radio's anniversary? No. Is it the show with no names anniversary? No. But it is one of our superstar students' birthdays. Ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday to Chris Valrol. Happy birthday, Chris. I already sent her a what's up, so it's official. I already wished her a happy birthday, but I wanted to do it here. Plus, you know, when everybody found out, and when I say everybody, I mean everybody in the Hollywood community, when they found out that it was Chris Valrol's birthday, they all wanted to pitch in. Una palabra que vimos ayer, hacer su parte, o ayer o antes de ayer. Lo vimos con lo de los honeycombs, Christy Brinkley. To pitch in, hacer de su parte. So I talked to The Rock, Jack Black, even Darth Vader. And well, they put together a little birthday greeting for you, Chris Valrol. So I hope you like it. These are some of the most famous voices ever. Wishing you a happy birthday.
It's your birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Have a happy birthday.
So I want to say you're still a fox.
Fox.
Happy birthday.
Tía buena, no zorra.
And here's to you, mate. Happy birthday.
Woo!
Happy birthday.
Everybody gather around. Gather around the cake, please.
Adam Sandler.
Come on, move it. Now, let's go. We're singing the song together. Happy birthday to you. Come on.
Adam Sandler there.
Happy birthday.
Mr. President.
Mike Myers.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Celine Dion.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Ooh, nice voice.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds in the house. Awesome.
Expression. To put someone through. On the phone, a very natural expression is to put someone through. For example, I'll put you through to the finance department. Or, let me put you through to my manager. It sounds polite, professional, and very natural. Understanding this helps professionals prepare better and feel more confident. Exactly what we work on in the Executive Master.
All right, folks, the Executive Master, it is awesome. I've got to tell you, I know all the teachers. Well, I think almost all of the teachers that work on the Executive Master. And as I always say, when we talk about this business line of ours, it's the cream of the crop. Our best teachers, call it the Top Gun. That's what it is. So all the pilots are good, right? But the best ones go to Top Gun. So that's the best way to describe. Same with the programs. Yeah. All of our programs are good, but if you want to be the master and know every little angle of English, well, then that is the master's program, Top Gun, as I call it. Again, if you want more information, you can get some more over at grupovon.com. Also, if you follow on social media, you can get more information there as well. So again, back to our birthday celebration, Chris. And the best part, She's here with us today to celebrate it among her friends, entre sus amigos, laughing and learning English. What an honor. That's awesome. All right, well, let's listen to this little audio excerpt from my fourth book, English on the Go, Aprende Inglés Viajando por el Mundo. Again, we're going to go to 30 different cities in this book. And then you've got also pit stops, paradas técnicas. All right, that also means parar para ir al baño, right? So there's one where we look at how to, the vocabulary that you need to fill up the gas tank. Rellenar el depósito. What the vocabulary around buying some snacks. See, that'll be, por ejemplo, that'll be, ¿lo conoces? Si yo te digo, that'll be $20.99, that'll be eso, el total es, right? So these kind of things. Also, we've got another one. What happens if you break down? Tienes una avería. Then you got to call a tow truck and all that jazz. So very, very practical stuff in there, as well as learning through exploration. And I picked 30 of the coolest cities, not just in the United States, but all around the globe, including Sydney, London, which is, what can I tell you? Many of you have been to London, and you know it's a beast in the positive and negative sense of the word. All right, well, folks, here it is, a little excerpt from English on the Go, Aprende Inglés Viajando por el Mundo. You can pick up your copy. No es copias, ejemplar. You can, no lo copies, por favor. No bootleg copies. No quiero copias piratas. Well, you can pick up your copy, tu ejemplar, over at grupovon.com or wherever fine books are sold. And pay attention, because I will have a couple questions for you afterwards. Hotel. We need to stop at a hotel and rest up. We've been on the road for many hours now. We don't have a reservation, but I'm sure we can find a decent motel. I'm not very picky when it comes to lodging. As long as it's bright and tidy, you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's go into the lobby of this motel and see if they have any rooms available. It looks nice on the outside. Se puede decir reception desk para decir recepción, aunque en Estados Unidos solemos decir lobby. Llámalo como quieras, pero acuérdate de que a veces verás la L de lobby en vez de la R de reception desk en el ascensor. Verás muchos motels en Estados Unidos. Son hoteles económicos situados en la carretera y están pensados para los motoristas. Entonces tiene sentido que la palabra motel sea una palabra más hotel. Check-in. ¿Ese precio incluye pensión completa?
Does that price include room and board?
¿Hay piscina climatizada?
Is there an indoor pool?
¿La habitación tiene jacuzzi?
Does the room have a hot tub?
¿Hay servicio de habitaciones?
Is there room service?
¿Deberíamos pagar con antelación?
Should we pay in advance?
¿A qué hora tenemos que dejar la habitación?
What time is checkout?
¿Nos puede llamar a las 9 para despertarnos?
Can we get a wake-up call for 9 a.m.?
¿Hay botones?
Is there a bellhop?
¿Nos podría dar una mejora de habitación?
Can we get an upgrade?
Checkout. ¿Le importaría rellenar una encuesta?
Would you like to fill out a survey?
¿Cómo fue su estancia?
How was your stay?
La habitación estaba limpia, pero el colchón era demasiado blando.
The room was very clean, but the mattress was too soft.
¿Me puede dar una factura detallada?
May I have an itemized receipt or invoice?
Por favor, pase la tarjeta.
Please, swipe your card.
Esperamos volver a verlo pronto.
We hope to see you again soon.
Frases de hotel. Este es un hotel de mala muerte.
This is a Fleabag hotel.
Voy a consultarlo con la almohada.
I'm going to sleep on it.
Estuve dando vueltas toda la noche.
I was tossing and turning all night.
No pegué ojo.
I didn't sleep a wink.
Que no te quite el sueño.
Don't lose any sleep over it.
Me voy al sobre.
I'm going to hit the hay.
Voy a dormir como un tronco.
I'm going to sleep like a log.
Te quedaste sopa.
You were out like a light.
¿Eres sonámbulo?
Are you a sleepwalker?
A dormir. Que sueñes con angelitos.
Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
All right, amigos. Wow. 3 minutes of audio. And I wrote down about 15 or 20 different words, expressions, phrasal verbs that I think you need to know. And we're going to review those when we come back. Plus, I'm going to ask you for a few of them in our pop quiz. We also have to listen to our Say What soundbite again. And we're going to hear from Alberto, Born to Iron Man, Turani, Nuria, Marisol, Anix, and Chris Valrol. All that and much more when we come back. So, stick around. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is can't believe it, part 2 of today's show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. All right, here's what I want from you guys in today's pop quiz. Are you ready? The first one is another way to say picky. Okay, picky, tiquismiquis, especial, especialito, no? I love that way of saying it. So what's a synonym for that? And use it in context. As always, así vemos que lo estás usando correctamente. So another way of saying quisquilloso, tiquismiquis, ¿ves? Yo me sé sinónimos en español. I love knowing synonyms, honestly. I love knowing different ways to say something. It makes you sound more eloquent when you're speaking. And it doesn't just make you sound more eloquent, it makes you more eloquent. Reading makes you more eloquent, as well as sound eloquent. But don't do it for others, do it for yourself. Read more. And if you're going to read in English, as I always tell you, read aloud. Siempre en voz alta. All right, the second one, we looked at the word check out. Como no, si hemos visto un hotel, check in, check out. Pues tiene otro uso, varios de hecho. Give me another usage of check out. Y claro, úsalo en contexto para que yo sé, para que los dos sabemos y todos sabemos que tú sabes ese otro uso o significado. Ok, check out. Sé que lo conocéis, tenemos que hacer check out. Pues hay más usos. We'll see if you know them. That's number 2. And the next one, I think you owe it to yourself. Os lo debéis como gente. To learn the word subir de categoría. ¿Ok? Un ascenso, una subida de categoría. Yo siempre lo pregunto, ¿eh? Y hay veces dicen, sí, claro, por 150 euros por cabeza. Hey, then I say, oh, okay, no, I was just curious if, what the deal was, cómo iba el tema. But many times me han dado esa mejora de habitación o de asiento. So it can't hurt, como decimos, no pierdes nada. It can't hurt to ask. Entonces quiero que sepáis esta palabra porque os puede dar un suite en vez de una habitación para dos. Además, remember, if you're polite, if you're nice, you smile at people, you make them happy. If they have a suite that's available, they'll probably give it to you. I've seen it many, many times. So, yes, this is subir de categoría. Okay, and a lot of times you can always do it. Muchas veces, ¿quieres subir de categoría a business en tu próximo viaje? A veces te mandan un correo por 150, whatever it is. But I always ask for free. Okay. Now on the plane, it's harder, but you can always ask. It can't hurt to ask. That's all I'm saying. And I always ask at a hotel. And I've been told no, or it costs extra, or we don't have any rooms available, any other rooms available at the time. fine. But I lost nothing by asking. So I want to give you guys that word. It's a great one to know. Okay, so the word is subir de categoría. También sería el sustantivo. Queremos pedir una subida de categoría. So you can use it as a noun or a verb. It's up to you. All right, my amigos, those are your challenges in today's pop quiz. And what are we going to do now? Well, we need to listen to our Say What soundbite. We're going to listen to it now. This is the second listen, and hopefully you guys will be able to jot it all down. Here we go.
See, she'd hear me in the other room, and she would just start yelling. I say, peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that would send her into going crazy.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te lo pierdas.
Damian, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit. That's right, folks. This book is the shit. It's available at vaughantienda.com. And that is the place where you can learn English. We've got tons of different materials. We've got courses, whatever it is that you are looking for, we've got you covered. Even special events. I know we have open houses from time to time. We also have trivia nights, which the last one was amazing. Fitz packed the house, and you could just look around and you can feel the vibe, and everybody was having a blast. It was really awesome. Yeah, it's great that we can get together, and who knows, maybe we'll see you in the future. As I say, I always leave those events tired because my bedtime is usually before 10. Yeah, well, I have a 6-year-old daughter, so I go to bed usually way before 10 if possible. So at 9:30, 10, I start to turn into a pumpkin. That's right. Yeah. You know, the Cinderella story, but not midnight. I don't make it to midnight. Yo no llego a la medianoche como Cenicienta. But I always leave there just beaming, con una sonrisa enorme, an ear-to-ear smile, because always, every single time I go, I talk to you guys, or I should say you talk to me, because, well, I'm kind of in my own world in general, but I'm looking around, seeing everybody, but, I went up to people, me acerqué a gente, but thank you to all of you who came up to me and said, hey, dude, awesome show. I really appreciate it. Again, it's one of the greatest rewards that this job has, being able to get direct feedback from you, right? The people the show is made for. That is a gift, a blessing. Hallelujah. All right. Speaking of blessings, we've got a lot of students blessing us with their presence here in the comments. Let's see who's with us. There's lovely Laura. What's up, Laura? Great to have you on board. Laura is eager, front row center. Eager, con muchas ganas. And front row center es, ha llegado la primera y se ha puesto en medio. No piensa en la clase. Front row center. Aquí estoy lista para la lección. Laura says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. Today is really a special day, and I couldn't agree more. It's Chris's birthday. Many happy returns to our movie queen and a one-of-a-kind person. And also spelling bee, too. She's been kicking ass in the spelling bee as well. And that's a really difficult section. And say what soundbite. So yes, she is our movie queen, but she does a little bit of everything. In fact, she usually rises to the challenge, and that's great. Excellent. Awesome birthday greetings. Oh, there she is right now, the birthday girl. She says, good morning, wonderful show with no namers. What better way to celebrate my birthday than here? One of my favorite places in the world. Stop it, because I'm going to get choked up. Me voy a emocionar y todo. Okay, to choke es ahogarse o ahogar a otro, right? Estrangular. But to get choked up, hombre, podría ser un buen double trouble ahí. De hecho, lo voy a apuntar. Choked up. Ya está apuntado, so you can write that down. Si yo apunto, tú apuntas. Mejor. Because it means that I've taken note for a future show to add that. So to get choked up, luego cuando te digo, te lo he dicho, puedes volver a este momento. To get choked up, emocionarse, and to choke, atragantarse. All right. Let's see. So yes, Chris, thank you. Thank you. Very nice comment. And I'm glad you decided to celebrate it with us. As I said, there's Born to Iron Man. He says, hiya, friends. What's up, superstar? And he also wishes Chris many happy returns. Let's see, German, yes, tuning in from the other side of the pond, el otro lado del charco. Morning, guys. What's up, German? Happy birthday, Chris. I hope you have a great party with your loved ones. Well, the party starts here, right now, right now. That's where the party starts, right here, right now, as Fat Boy Slim said in his song. Let's see. Where are we? Let me find. Oh, so many comments. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all your participation. Chris says, referring to today's Say What soundbite, I heard an American man. I don't know if he heard someone or if someone else heard him from another room mentioning the names of nuts, like macadamia nuts. Someone might think he's gone nuts. Wow. Con juego de palabras, ¿eh? Con juego de palabras incluida. Yes. All right. Well, let me clear it up. So, yes, somebody is saying it to him. Okay, so somebody heard him from another room, and he's talking about nuts. He's a nut for nuts. ¿No? Un loco por los frutos secos. Great, Chris. Wow, very punny, and there's a totally native. And someone might think, yeah, someone definitely thinks he's going nuts because he just keeps naming nuts. All right, and nuts también es huevos, testículos, FYI, for your information. All right, let's see. Laura says, I heard an American man in what sounds like an old recording. He's talking about a crazy lady who heard him say something from another room and started yelling the names of many different kinds of nuts. All right, you got it. So let me give you the scenario. His wife is in the other room, overhearing him listing nuts. Diciendo nombres de. All right, so yeah, you're all on the right track. That's what's going on. Just to give you the whole thing there. It sounds like an old recording because the guy's in a truck, in a car. He's in a vehicle. Está en un vehículo. Entonces you're hearing that background noise because he's talking while he's driving. Okay. The person he's referring to is his wife, who's in the other room. And yes, the guy has an American accent from the south of the United States, I'd say, but he's not from the United States. So he's a very talented actor, because I'll tell you something, you could have fooled me. A mí si me llama y me dice, soy de Kentucky, lo compro. But he's not. He is from, well, let me see where he's from. I think he's from England, if I'm not mistaken. This guy, let me see. I've got him over here. British American actor. Yeah. So yes, British, but he sounds, wow. He's got the accent down pat. Lo tiene clavadísimo. So excellent observations, ladies. Laura's participating in our pop quiz. Let's see what Laura has to say. She says, my son used to be a fussy eater when he was a toddler. Excellent. Fussy. It's another way of saying picky. Fussy. Okay. I hate to be picky. I hate to be fussy. Great. And the word toddler is a young kid, because to toddle is tambalearse. So esa edad, right? A toddler. Wow, Laura, great. Great. Not great that well, no, it is great because he used to be. Antes era, ya no lo es. Right? Laura's comment, cuando usa el used to, ahí lo que me viene a decir es, ya no tenemos ese problema, right? My son used to be a fussy eater when he was a toddler. Oh, I feel your pain. Well, we're working on it here. I don't like that. Why? The texture. And then my wife looks at me and says, you know who that is, right? And I'm like, and I go, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'll tell you something. I am very, very conscious, very, very aware of my actions in front of her. So I never, when someone puts food in front of me that I don't like, mayonnaise, onions, mustard, I don't even make a face. I'm just like, no, I'm okay. Thank you. I don't want any right now. So it's not that I put this into her. This is a genetic thing, is what I've realized, because I've made a big effort not to put my fussiness into her, but she was born with it, baby. So, Laura, I'll take any tips. Let's see. The next one, she says, I think that the guy over there is checking you out. Great one. Y me ha quedado clarísimo. Te está echando ojitos. Se dice así, ¿no? Te está mirando como, a ver, ¿qué hay ahí? Whoa, hey. I think she's checking you out. Yeah? You think she's checking me out? Yeah, te está dando los ojitos ahí. No deja de mirarte. Great, Laura. And the last one, we got an upgrade and flew business. I hope it's based on a true story. An upgrade. An upgrade. Yes, subir de categoría. Excellent job, Laura. All right, the next one. Chris Valrol, she's taking a stab at it. And she says, sometimes I can be a bit fussy with meal. Mejor with meals, right? Con las comidas, right? In English, we would say to be fussy with meals. Okay? Excellent. Fussy. Digo, me falta algo. El aplauso. All right. The next one, she says, I'm going to check out the report. Perfecto. Check out, echar un vistazo. I'm going to check out the report. Okay. So to check somebody out is, someone's check. To check something out is echarle un vistazo. Careful. To check it is revisarlo. They can be similar, but they don't have to be, right? Can you check this? I think that I made a couple mistakes. Diferente que, can you, hey, check this out. Échale un vistazo, ¿no? A ver lo que te parece. I mean, in both times, but one you're saying revísalo. All right? So check it versus check it out. Check it out. It's a Beastie Boys song. Really good one, by the way. Excellent. So I'm going to check out the report. Le voy a echar un vistazo al informe. The next one, Chris says, can I get an upgrade to business? The only thing is, be careful with the can. As I said, we want to go more formal. So could I, may I, right? May I? These are the most formal ones. May I, could I, right? Get an upgrade. Is there do you know if there's an upgrade available? Right? These are other ways to say it. So I would shy away from the can I get an upgrade. I would make it a little more polite, but yes, the word is upgrade. All right, great. German, he says, being a faddish eater, I don't always follow the fads. Very good. Faddish. Fad es tendencia. No me gusta, ahora sí que me gusta, no. Okay, so faddish, great. The next one, his alibi checks out. So I guess it wasn't him. Check out. Todo cuadra. Wow. Good one. Todo me cuadra. Everything, he checks out. Okay. Also, to check out can be to die, right? Piénsalo. Te vas del hotel. Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. All right. And the next one, if you want an upgrade, go to the reception desk and ask for it. Excellent job, German. Excellent job. All right. Some other words. I'll give you some other synonyms for picky. We've got picky, fussy, as you guys said, faddish. I've never used that one, but it is a word, faddish. Here's one too, choosy. Es igual que picky. Piensa, pick and choose, ambos son escoger. No, I don't want that. Can you give me the one in the back? Piensa que te cuesta escoger. That's what they were saying here. He's very choosy. He's very picky. Son sinónimos como verbos, pues también en este caso como adjetivos también. Another one, finicky. Muchas veces lo dicen para describir los gatos. My cat is very finicky. He only eats this kind of food. Okay, finicky. Particular. También, ojo, que no. Clases particulares don't mean, pues no sé. No, in English we say private classes, not particular. Okay. Picky. Also to nitpick, que es una extensión de picky. He's always, este es verbo. Well, we also say, it's verbo. He's always nitpicking. Man, why do you always have to nitpick? I don't want this one. Okay. Also hard to please, right? Welcome. She's very hard to please in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Difícil de complacer. Hey, we got some of it from the music. So those are just some synonyms for the word fussy, picky. And you want me to be honest, as somebody who is this, who has been called this, I'll give you the real translation. Pain in the ass. Pesado de cojones. Yeah, I know. Lo sé porque lo soy. I know, but I'm trying not to be picky. I'm trying not to be choosy. All right. I'm working on it. I've been working on it. In fact, I eat a lot more foods than I used to eat because I'm just trying to be more open-minded. All right. Let's see. Laura taking a stab at our Say What sound. But are you kidding me? After 2 listens? It only took you 2 listens? Wow. Excellent job. And as I said, today we're going to be learning a lot of vocabulary about nuts. I know you know the word peanut. What is peanut? Peanut is cacahuete. Okay. Hazelnut. A ver cuántas sabéis. Las repasamos. Las del audio. Avellana. Hazelnut. Okay, the next one. Y esta no hace falta decir nut. Hay algunos que sí. Chestnut. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Castañas, chestnuts. Cashew. Él dice cashew nut, pero no te falta. Cashew. Oh, bless you. Cashew. Bueno, ahí hay un knock knock joke. Knock knock. Who's there? Cash. Cashew. No, thank you. I have some peanuts. Cashew anacardo. Oh, those are delicious. Those are delicious. Cashews. All right. Cashews. I love pistachios. Esas ya las sabe. Eso es fácil. Aunque no es pistacho. En inglés es pistache. Es SH el sonido. I love pistachios. Nuts make me go nuts. And the last one that was in the audio, and Laura gave it to us here, is macadamia. And you know how you say that in Spanish? Macadamia. I love when it's that easy. All right, folks, we have got to take a quick commercial break. I can't believe it. We are halfway through the show, and we've got tons of stuff to cover. Plus, we're going to hear from our amigos, your classmates who knocked it out of the freaking park. Alberto, Born to Iron Man, Turani, Nuria, Marisol, Anix, and last but definitely not least, especially on her birthday, Chris Valrol. So we've got tons of stuff to cover in the second part of the show. The second half, I should say. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. I want you to say it with me with all your energy. In 3, 2, 1. Stick around. Welcome back, amigos. Welcome back. This is the third part, second half. Call it what you will. Thanks for being here on the show with No Name, learning English with energy, with oomph, con ganas. Because as we say in English, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Si vale la pena hacerlo, hazlo bien. Si no, no te molestes. I really believe that. That's why I don't do too many things. Well, when I was younger, I was overextended. I was doing too many things, trying to be too many places at the same time. Now, as you get older, you get a little bit more realistic with yourself, with your expectations of others, and all that jazz. See, we even get a little bit philosophical here on the show. Why not? We laugh, we learn, we play, and we share. And by the way, thanks to Laura, she shared a few homophones and double trouble. So we'll be hearing from her in upcoming shows. She's going to put you to the test with words that she came across. And remember, if you guys want to send me anything, and it's a great way to review it. Alberto, vi esta palabra, quiero compartirlo con ellos, lo repasas tú, lo enseñas a los demás, y yo voy indagando un poco más también cuando lo presento. And of course, if you want to practice your speaking, which, it's a golden opportunity, you can do it. As I said, we've moved it to Thursdays for the time being. So you need to send us an audio note before Wednesday. And next week's, what's been the toughest phase of your life? All right, amigos, let's kick things off with a little challenge where we look at words that can be a bit confusing. I'm talking about Homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. 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 Show it no,
Common mistake. People is. Is a very common mistake I correct in class. Students say people is working too much. But people is plural, so we say people are working too much. Another example. People are unhappy with the situation. Small corrections like this instantly improve how professional someone sounds. Understanding this helps professionals prepare better and feel more confident, exactly what we work on in the Executive Master.
That's right, folks. If you want more information about the Vaughn Masters, well, you can get that information over at grupovaughn.com. You can also get it if you're following us on social media. All right, let's see what we've got for today's homophones. A, I want to know if you're familiar with the words, and B, if they sound exactly the same. So without context, you would have no idea which one I was saying. The first one is a title of nobility, something we don't believe in my country. In the United States, we're like, you're the Duke of what? El Duque de qué? Yeah, right. Whatever. Right. So we don't really, we don't have those titles, you know. But in England, they love them. In Spain, you have titles, Condesa, El Conde, right? For us, if you say he's a count, you think of Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count von Count, que se llama. De hecho, es brilliant porque he's a count, un conde, who counts, que cuenta, right? All right, so it's varón, varón. Okay, not varón, hombre, right? Hembra, varón. Eso es lo malo de no pronunciar la diferencia entre la V y la B. O sea, yo diría varón versus varón, right? Pero no, sé que en español, varón. ¿Eres varón o hembra? So, varón is the word. Again, a nobleman, somebody who has a title. All right. And number 2 is how we talk about land that is not fertile. No, tierra que no es fértil, estéril, perdón, infértil. I didn't know that one. Árido. ¿Por qué todos tienen un acento en esta? So, yeah, también lo usamos para una persona. También, ¿no? Que no puede tener hijos. So, estéril. I always thought it was estéril. Fíjate. Estéril. No, es estéril. Oh, my God. It's a difficult word to say. I'm having trouble with those accents. Bueno, árido. Árido, if we're talking about a place, a land, where there isn't very much of anything. You know, you could say that maybe about some of the deserts in Tabernas, in Almería. Down in Tabernas, you have, you know, miles and miles, bueno, vivís in Europa, kilometers and kilometers of just tierra infértil. Infértil. Okay, am I saying it right? I don't know. Now I'm questioning it. All right, so so if you say la mujer del varón, ves, le he puesto 2 R's. These are difficult words for me. Over here in Spanish, we're realizing. All right, well, do you know those 2 words? And do they sound exactly the same or not? We'll take a look at the answer to that in just a second. But I've got to also give you guys today's Say What soundbite. I'm going to give it to you for the 3rd time. Kudos to Laura, because she already got it.
See, she'd hear me in the other room, and she would just start yelling. I'd say, peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that would send her into going crazy.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovon.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. That's right, folks. If you want more information about Vaughan Town, Masters, Disney Vaughan English, our online courses, or just want to get a free level test, all you have to do is reach out. Contacta con nosotros. You can reach out via our website, grupovon.com. Also, if you're following us on any of the social media platforms, you can find us there as well. All right, now let's take a look at these homophones. The first one to take a stab at it over here today is Born to Iron Man, and he gives us the correct words, and he says they sound alike. Laura as well. Same words, and she agrees. She says they are homophones. All right, Chris Valrol gives us the two words, and she says they're homophones. I trust my mates. Well, it's a good thing you do. Although I know you could have figured it out on your own. So yes, baron. A baroness is the female, right? Like, so you have a duke and a duchess. Again, we know very little about this in the United States because we don't have those formal titles. So a baron, B-A-R-O-N is the first one, baron. The second one is B-A-R-R-E-N, con dos R's, en este caso. And, well, barren, in that case, means that it's dry. There's nothing there. There's no life, right? Think about it, a desert, right? And then again, I said it's used as well to talk about someone who is sterile, right? Sterile. That's another word. Más parecido al vuestro, ¿no? En ese caso. So the baron's wife, sadly, is barren. And they live in a barren land. The baron and the baroness live in a barren land. Excellent job. I hope you said them aloud. All right, folks, it's time to hear from you. Question of the week. Question of the week. That's right, my amigos. This is question of the week. And this week's question, well, I thought it was a good one. I've been going a little bit deep here, but hey, let's see what you folks had to say. And this week's was, do you believe in second chances? Let's hear from a student who has been participating a lot so far in the new year. We're really proud of him. And I love his name. It's Alberto.
Hello again. It's Alberto speaking.
What's up?
With any further ado, I'm going to answer the question of this week.
Without any further ado, sin más, ya me está gustando.
Do you believe in second chances? In my humble opinion, it's a really deep and very human question. Personally, I believe that second chances are one of the most powerful tools for human growth. We all make mistakes. It's part of our nature.
Mm-hmm.
And a second chance is essentially an acknowledgement that the person is capable of change.
Yeah. As we say, to err is human. O sea, cometer errores es humano.
However, I also believe that a second chance shouldn't be given blindly.
Good.
It's
good
not
point.
about saying it's okay. It's about accountability. For a second chance to truly work, There must be genuine remorse and a clear effort to do it better.
Remorse, very good. Remorse means you regret it. Okay, I didn't do that well. You got to give me a second chance, and you really mean it. So Alberto says no empty words here, no empty promises, like really mean it.
In the end, giving someone another shot is often a leap of faith.
Yep, un salto de,
Thank
de
you.
fe.
This is all for this weekend. I'm sorry for being so philosophical.
Philosophical, se diría. Philosophical. No, Alberto, that's what I wanted. And I got to tell you something. This is not an easy topic to tackle, even in your own language. Let's be honest. We're going deep, baby. We're going Johnny Deep over here. Me encanta que le llamáis Johnny Deep. Alberto, you expressed yourself wonderfully. The few little things that I corrected you on, you used markers without any further ado. Lastly, so, you were able to guide us through what you were saying as well. And you offered both sides of the coin. Well, yeah, you got it if you do it, but these are the conditions, the caveats, las condiciones. So excellent job, Alberto. What can I say? Just keep it up and you'll keep working on that confidence that it seems like you already have. So keep it up. All right, another student who has I think he didn't participate last week, but we'll forgive him. We'll give him a second chance. And he took his second chance, his second shot, his second opportunity. Te valen las tres. It's Born to Iron Man.
Hey everyone, what's
Hello.
up? BTA speaking. So, do I believe in second chances? This is my second chance on Question of the Week. So, even famous people needed one. Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, J.K. Rowling.
All of them.
I'm a sporty person. I'm done cycling, swimming, running, and I believe in second chances indeed, because mistakes happen.
That's right.
A lot. What matters is what you do after you mess up.
To mess up, cagarla, good one. Mess up or screw up.
Learn from my mistakes, grown from them, and benefited.
No ground, grown. Crecido, grown, no ground.
From someone saying, okay, try again.
Sure.
Second chances don't erase the past.
They don't.
They just make you wiser and stronger. Go for it. Vamos.
And then notice, I didn't say fifth chance, because do you give somebody 5 chances? Do you? Then maybe you're part of the problem, right? So that's another thing too. You give somebody too many chances and they just keep screwing it up, then you're helping that person get away with that, no? Salirse de rositas, de ese comportamiento. It's like the person, somebody, I always think of the example of, you got that friend who goes a little bit too crazy with the alcohol, and you're drinking and then he says something stupid and then, you're, okay, you can defend him once and say, listen, Johnny was drunk last night. He was out of line. Se cruzó la raya. And he really feels bad about it. In fact, he's going to call you himself. Now, I won't do that for you 2 times, right? I won't vouch for you twice, because now I'm helping you cover that problem. So excellent, excellent stuff. Very, very deep. But you guys also sound, conversational. You sound relaxed. And that's the key. You don't want to sound nervous because you're talking about something that's a little deeper than ¿Cómo ha quedado el Madrid?, for example. All right, let's hear from a student who always participates as well. It's Turani.
Hi there, Namers. This is Turani speaking. Sorry, I've been away lately.
Don't worry.
But here I am. Regarding the question of the week, I believe everyone should get a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
If someone messes up, I usually turn a blind eye and cut them some slack.
To turn a blind eye, buenísimo, las dos expresiones, tengo que parar. To turn a blind eye is to look the other way. Se puede decir de las dos formas. Hacer la vista gorda. You say to do the fat look. And to cut them some slack. Ser más permisivo. Wow, Turani, some really good vocab here.
With my friends, I like to be honest and wear my heart on my sleeve.
Otra? Are you serious here? To wear your heart on your sleeve is what you see is what you get. You're a sincere person. You're not acting one way with some people and then acting like we see with celebrities. This guy, James Corden, a British celebrity in the United States. He's not really popular here in Spain, is he? Well, James Corden. And then people realize he, on the air, he was like, I'm the nicest guy in the world. We're going to help everybody, help the children. And then he would go to the restaurant around the corner and treat everybody like shit. And, well, the restaurant owner made it public. And he goes, you will not treat my staff like that. I don't care who you are. So interesting stuff there. And, well, let's continue.
So they can put themselves in my shoes.
Excellent
After
expression.
that, let bygones be bygones.
Let bygones be bygones. That means to leave the past where it belongs, in the past.
However, if someone lies through their teeth,
to lie through your teeth means to lie constantly.
I stick to my guns.
I stick to my guns. Me aferro a lo que creo.
No second chances.
Gotcha.
No way, Jose.
No way, Jose.
Joking apart, on a more personal note, I'm thanking my lucky stars for my second chance at life. So now I'd rather spend time with people who are worth every penny.
Excellent.
Thanks for listening. See you around.
Yeah, and when you've had a second chance at life, like Turani, or anyone who has had a serious accident or serious illness, all of a sudden life takes on a different meaning, right? I think anytime something traumatic or big happens to us, yeah, it sucks. Es lo peor. But it also makes us stronger, right? A mí me gusta más en español, lo que no mata engorda, but we say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, fight a little longer when I'm alone. Turani, excellent. You're a survivor, you're not gonna give up, you're not gonna stop, you're gonna work harder, you're a survivor. We know it, Turani, and we love you. All right, up next, another student who never misses a date with Question of the Week. It's Nuria.
Morning, Alberto, winner name is. This is Nuria here, and it's my pleasure to share with you all this week's question that, by the way, I find it really interesting. So
Thank you.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. Al grano.
Firstly, I must confess that I believe in second chances. Why not? Life is not always a bed of roses.
Life is not always a bed of roses. Great expression.
I mean, as human beings, we make mistakes throughout our life, and we have to turn over a new leaf in any moment.
To turn over a new leaf, pasar página.
So as to experience a renewed vitality, a fresh beginning, or a second chance. A clear example of second chances is, for example,
Cuidado, no for example. Es un error muy, muy común. Hay que meter una K ahí, sonido de K. No digo una K de verdad, porque se escribe EX, ¿no? Example, not example. Nuria, no eres la única. O sea, lo he oído miles de veces.
When someone has overcome an illness, they well deserve to have a new lease of life, don't they?
To have a new lease on life.
I think this is a good example of it.
Great.
Take care, amigos. Thank you.
A new lease on life. Great expression, new lease. You guys are firing away with these expressions. Un nuevo Alicante. No, aliciente. Digo, Alicante. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Renovadas ganas de vivir. Okay, a new lease on life. Wow, I've got to say something. You folks sound great. Great job so far. Alberto, Born to Iron Man, Turani, and Nuria. In the fourth part of the show, we're going to hear from Marisol, Anix, and Chris Valrol. But before we go to our final commercial break, why don't I give you another challenge? Today's Double Trouble. Yeah.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is.
Give it up. 2, 3.
Double trouble.
Yeah.
I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
All right, here we go, my amigos. Here is today's Double Trouble. And here we go. I think it's an easy one. We shall see. Veremos. All right. Nunca tenemos invitados. Así que sírvete. Adelante. You want me to give you a clue? All right. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Un festín. Dan, dan, da. Pues en inglés no es un festín, es sírvete, adelante. Ooh, so I guess it helps to know these classics in English, porque de ahí sale la expresión que vamos a ver hoy, en la segunda parte del Double Trouble. La primera parte es la palabra literal, invitados. ¿Ok? So nunca tenemos invitados. Así que sírvete, adelante. And again, if you're a Disney lover and you love those classics, Beauty and the Beast, which I love, I saw it recently and I was getting choked up. All right, I admit it. I'm a big kid. Así que sírvete, adelante, como tú mismo, dale. ¿Ok? Estás dando permiso a algo y diciendo como aquí no te cortes. Un poco, ¿no? Es la idea detrás de la expresión. That's your double trouble. You have to use the same word twice. All right, now we've got to move on because, as you know, we've always got a lot of things to do. But where are we moving on to? Well, a quick commercial break. But that's good. It'll give you a minute or two to think about today's double trouble answer. I don't think anybody's gotten it yet. I see a lot of positive feedback here. I love seeing how you guys support each other. It's wonderful. It's inspirational. I'm serious. So I know you guys are always saying, thank you, Alberto, nos inspiras en el inglés. No. Thank you. Thank you guys. Your positivity, your energy, your encouragement, they inspire me every day. So thanks. It's mutual. Let's say it that way. It's mutual. Folks, we'll be right back with the rest of today's show with no name. So stick around. Welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you throughout this 2-hour period every day. Honestly, thanks. And don't forget, when I leave here today, I'm going to leave you in good hands with my friends. I mean, I'm going. I got other things to do. Well, I got to prepare tomorrow's show, for example. Plus tons of other things to do. I can't be on the radio all day. But you do have amazing content from first thing in the morning until the evening. And you can start your day with the Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. You've also got No Excuses with Fitz. You've got Speaking with Confidence with Ale, the wonderful newest addition to Vaughn Radio, Ale. You got the Lunchtime Show, another show with the wacky chiflado Rob Grams. That's why we're friends, because we're both wacky. And that's why we're friends with Dave Boyes, because he's wacky too. And you can catch him on The Salad. You've also got Ruby. I wouldn't call her wacky. Chiflada, no. She's more serious. But hey, you need a little bit of everything. You've also got Jules Linares, Kyle Miller, Chris Frank, Richard Vaughn, Jessica Fernandez. What a team. It's the dream team here at Vaughn Radio. And you can listen to all our programs on the Vaughn Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts. All right, folks, let's rock and roll with our Double Trouble. But I'll tell you what, before we check the Double Trouble, why don't I give you the Say What soundbite for the fourth time? And this way we get it out of the way. Lo quitamos de medio, and then we can take a look at the Double Trouble. All right, here it is. Laura already got it. We'll see if anybody else can get it, and we'll figure it all out at the end of the show. Here it is for the fourth and final time.
See, she'd hear me in the other room, and she would just start yelling. I'd say, peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that would send her into going crazy.
Alberto, viene Tom Cruise al hormiguero y tengo que decirle una cosa. Tengo que decirle, vamos al lío. ¿Cómo se lo digo?
Vamos al lío, tío. Eso es facilísimo. Piensa en la canción de DJ Tiesto. Let's get down to business. Give me one more time
together.
Let's get down
to business. Let's get down to business. Ah, lo sabía, pero no sabía que lo sabía. Aprende inglés con canciones, películas, videojuegos, series, personajes, onomatopeyas. Todas las cosas que te rodean están en inglés, pero no te das cuenta de que ya las tienes en la cabeza. Solamente hay que colocarlas. Y para eso, utiliza nuestro tercer libro, This Book is the Shit, por Alberto Alonso
y Damián Moya.
Así da gusto aprender.
Oh, yeah. That's right. This book is the shit. And you can pick it up at Vaughn Tienda, Casa del Libro, and also Amazon and other, hopefully, local bookshops as well. In fact, I urge you, if you have a local mom and pop bookshop, to go in and ask for it. And if not, hopefully they'll order it there too. But I know they've got it at all the big places. So, but also in Almeria, when I went down there, it was in a little bookshop in Almeria. I can't remember the name of it now. It's a very popular one there. I saw it in many other cities as well. So a lot of times I'll go into a bookshop and just take a look around. And as I said, it blew my daughter's mind the other day when we went into in Tres Aguas. It's a mall in Madrid. And we went into Casa del Libro. And my wife's like, oh, look, there's Daddy. And she was like, Dad, why? And her first question is, why am I not here? And I'm like, because it has nothing to do with you. I'm like, what do you? Because my daughter's at that phase. And what about me? ¿Y yo qué? I'm like, if I say to my wife, I say, oh, I love you, honey. Or, okay, sweetheart. She goes, yeah. And I'm like, honey, because I tell someone else, because someone else is on the cover of a book doesn't mean you have to be on the cover of a book. And I said, and if you want to be on the cover of a book, well, you got to start by writing one. Little by little, we're working on reading and writing now. We're already on the way to doing whatever she wants to do. All right, let's see. We've got our double trouble. Laura says, we never have guests. Muy bien, guests invitados. hosts, anfitrión. Piénsalo así. En un programa de televisión, Pablo Motos is the host. Tom Cruise is the guest. Okay. I have a hotel. Well, I'm the host. You guys are the guests. Okay. A dinner party. De hecho, es un verbo. I'm hosting a dinner party this weekend. Okay. Soy siendo el anfitrión. Would be the, no sé si la traducción, but to host, to preparar, a sponsor, to be the one who's organizing it. I'm hosting it. And also we use it with diseases, no? It's looking for its host, su huésped, no? Para alojarse una bacteria. So it's got a lot. Also, the country is hosting the next World Cup, no? Presentando, llevando. So don't just remember, it's not just presentador, pero it's también presentar, es albergar, might be a way to say it as well. So we never have guests. So be my guest. Excellent. And the one from Que Festín? Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Chauve soufflé, mon money, right? Be our guest. Be our guest. En inglés es sírvete tú mismo, entra. Lo que te está diciendo es, vienes aquí como invitado, right? Be our guest. Temazo, by the way. Gotta love that one. It's a classic. Now, when I heard it in Spanish, like Que Festín, I'm like, okay. But it's still different. They changed the name of the song. They changed the meaning. Sírvete. And I loved it because when I went on the Disney cruise, the show that they did there, they do like a big Broadway style production, was Beauty and the Beast. And I just remember being there, being dazzled, deslumbrado over, the food, the entertainment, the pools, everything. It's Disney. It's expensive, but they do go the extra mile, or at least they should. And I just remember thinking, wow, this is like, be our guest. We're the guests. Sírvete, estás tú aquí de vacaciones, Alberto. Enjoy it. So be my guest. So if you say, Alberto, can I grab a soda? ¿Puedo coger un refresco de estos? Yeah, be my guest. Be my guest. Si es dos personas, yeah, be our guest. You can stay on the sofa. O sea, no tiene que ser ni literalmente quédate, sé nuestro, but it means sírvete tú mismo, invita, no estás invitado a adelante would be another good one. Excellent. Laura says, oh, and help yourself. That's another one. Sírvete tú mismo. So we never have guests, so be my guest. Or be our guest, si estáis hablando de parte de dos. And there's your homework, to watch that in English. It's an awesome song. Watch it with the subtitles. Just go to YouTube, Be Our Guest, lyrics, and you can watch it and you can sing along. Well, the French parts, you're on your own. Te dejo a ti solito. So guest, excellent job. Be my guest. Be my guest. All right, let's hear from some other students. We still have to hear from Marisol, Anix, and Chris Valrol. So your undivided attention, please. Here's Marisol.
Hi, it's Marisol.
Hello.
Referring to the question of the week, I reckon it depends on what second chances we are talking about.
Absolutely, it does.
If it's about somebody who have done a bad word or exam and then work hard to manage to do better,
give them a second
reach
chance.
it, can achieve it. So yes, I believe in a second chances. But if it's for somebody individual who have done a terrible stuff to somebody,
yeah, like an abuser or something. Let's put it this way. Crimes, don't give anybody a second chance on a crime. Like somebody hits you, somebody abuses you. Even with me, if you mistreat me, si me maltratas, we're done. I'll say hello and I'll say goodbye because I'm a diplomatic person. But yeah, it's true. The situation depends a lot. Somebody's an alcoholic and every time they get drunk, they insult you. Well, even if that's not against the law, maybe there's no second chance there because they're not going to change.
Hurt them or any other terrible things.
Absolutely.
Some of them are in jail, some of them are not. Probably they deserve it. So then I don't believe in second chances because once you don't have respect for somebody, I really think you never have respect for any other person and you won't change it. It's in your DNA. Greetings to our show with no namers. Bye.
It's in your DNA. Eso es así. Hay gente que lo tienen en el ADN. Vienen a dañar a gente y a cosas. That's just their personality, right? Are you a destroyer or a creator? That's really, think of the question. You take, somebody tells you something and you destroy what they say, or you bring them up in life, right? Destroyers versus creators. So excellent. Wow. You sounded great, Marisol, and I couldn't agree more. The situation is a big, 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 big factor in whether you give somebody a second chance or not. And every situation is unique. But in the case of abuse or anybody mistreating you or anything, why? You're going to give them a second chance to do that? Well, you already saw that they don't respect you, right? So Marisol, very wise words, as Laura said. All right, we're going to hear from Anix and the birds.
Hey everyone, this is Anix. Well, I do believe in second chances. We all need them at some point in life. And nobody gets it right all the time. We're human, and it means making mistakes. So it's important to have a second chance, because it's not about forgetting what went wrong. They're about believing that people are capable of change. Okay, guys, bye-bye.
There you go, folks. Yeah. So I guess the big thing is, if somebody it's the way they behave, it's their personality, that's the way they are, or whether it's a mistake. That's what I'm seeing from listening to a lot of your audios. A lot of you are saying everybody's allowed to make a mistake or two. Error is human, right? But nobody's allowed to mistreat you. Right? So you think about it that way, you're like, well, then that was a big mistake there. Again, some people, I know here when we, maybe raise our voices, my daughter, Dad, me levanta la voz, or I do it to her. I'm like, Lara, I'm starting to get upset now. Okay? We always talk about it after. It's like, okay, honey, you know why I raised my voice? Because I was getting a little nervous. I apologize for getting nervous, but I do appreciate it when you listen to me on the first time, because then I don't have to tell you. And you're a smart girl. You know that when we come home, we wash our hands. Why do we wash our hands? And then I have her explain it to me, and we talk it out. And that's the importance of communication with children, with anybody, in any relationship. All right, last but certainly not least, our birthday girl, Chris Valrol.
Morning, show with no namers.
Hello.
Chris Valrol here. Yes, I do believe in second opportunities. Whether it's a second chance with a person or to achieve a goal, a job, for instance, I have true faith in our capacity to evolve. Because in my book, our lives, our way of acting, are shaped by our thoughts, which form our belief system, which is the set of things we hold as our truth.
That's right, our belief
and
system.
You can change that
Yep.
and become a different human being when you make a truly and deep inner transformation. And remember, everything is energy. Thank you.
Wow, very holistic, very deep. Chris, you seem like a person who's you're really good with that energy, as you just said, and understanding the flow of energy and what you get and what you give, and it's great. It's great to hear such a refreshing perspective. In fact, all of you, I really think, your answers don't only say a lot about your English, that you all expressed yourself beautifully, but again, it reaffirms the fact that you guys are awesome people. All right, let's see what we've got going on, though, because we've got so much more to go. I hope you'll participate in next week's question of the week. But now it's time for Name That Movie. Name that movie. This is an awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it, of course. in English. All right, here is the synopsis. A research chemist comes under personal and professional attack when he decides to appear in a 60 minutes expose on Big Tobacco. Now, 60 Minutes es un programa de informativos en Estados Unidos. And an expose, it's a French word. An expose es, a ver cómo lo dicen como sustantivo. Expose, no. Exposición, revelación, right? Que revelan cosas. Okay, so an expose is what this kind of story would be called. So a research chemist, no chemist, comes under personal and professional attack when he decides to appear in a 60 minutes, programa de televisión, expose on Big Tobacco, programa de televisión muy popular en Estados Unidos durante décadas. Big Tobacco, bueno, big food, Pepsi, these companies that kind of control the market, that's Big Tobacco. All right, the tobacco lawyer says in the scene, Dr. Wigand, I am instructing you not to answer that question. In accordance to the terms of the contractual obligations undertaken by you, not to disclose any information about your work at the Brown and Williamson Tobacco Company. And in accordance with the force and effect of the temporary restraining order, a restraining order is orden de alejamiento, that has been entered against you by the court of the state of Kentucky. That means you don't talk. Mr. Motley, we have rights here. So the tobacco lawyer's telling him, you don't have the right to speak right now, to testify against Big Tobacco. And Ron says, boy, you got rights and lefts. Tienes derechos, pero aquí está haciendo una jugada de palabras. Tienes derechos y izquierdos. Boy, you got rights and lefts, ups and downs and middles. So what? ¿Y qué? You don't get to instruct anything around here. This is not North Carolina, not South Carolina, nor Kentucky. This is the sovereign state of Mississippi's proceeding. Wipe that smirk off your face. Quita esa cara de listillo ahora mismo. O sea, esto es frase de padre, ¿eh? A smirk is like a, no esta sonrisa de que sé más que tú eres un tonto, cállate la boca. Wipe that smirk off your face. Dr. Wiggins' deposition will be part of this record, and I'm going to take my witness's testimony whether the hell you like it or not. Awesome movie. Chris nailed it. It's The Insider. The Insider, based on a true story about the whistleblower in Big Tobacco. And it's played by Russell Crowe, o como dice mi mujer, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, Al Pacino is in it, Christopher Plummer, and it's directed by Michael Mann. Really excellent director as well. So if you haven't seen this movie, it's awesome. It is absolute, the acting, the writing, and the fact that it's based on a true story about a whistleblower. It's called The Insider, and it came out in 1999. Folks, we need to move on, though, because it's time for famous birthday trivia.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Famous birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, folks. It's time for famous birthdays. Number one, this guy was born today in 1969. And, well, he was really popular back in the day. He was in the group New Edition. You're my candy girl, my old candy girl. Plus, he had his own hits with Every Little Step. My prerogative. I do what I want to do. It's my prerogative. And, well, the guy had a number of huge hits. You don't hear much from him, but in the 80s and 90s, he was huge. He was married to Whitney Houston. In fact, their daughter that they had together is named after him. ¿Has oído bien? La hija tiene el nombre del padre. Whitney Houston's ex-husband. They were married from 92 to 2006, and they had a very tumultuous relationship. You know, one of those vicious cycles, it seemed. Number 2, this guy was born today in 1943, an American director, producer, and screenwriter. He does a lot of crime dramas, and he's been nominated for 4 Academy Awards. Some of his movies you might recognize. Manhunter. Hey, wait, that's his last name. Oh, did he do that on purpose? The Last of the Mohicans. Heat with Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. That's a great movie. In fact, that was a question. I think Richard Vaughn asked it in his trivia night. What was the first movie where Robert De Niro and Al Pacino were face to face? Because in The Godfather, they weren't. The Insider. Not The Insider, Heat. But this guy also directed The Insider. Okay, so I just said his name before because we looked at The Insider in today's Name That Movie. And last but not least, this British-American actor and director was born today in 1948. I didn't know this, but he's a baron. Yeah, he comes from royalty or from nobility. We know the word baron, lo vimos hoy in Homophones. And he co-wrote and acted in This Is Spinal Tap. I mean, let's put it this way. This guy is the king of mockumentaries. Estos documentales falsos que son comedias. He also did Waiting for Guffman, excellent movie about a community theater group. Again, they're shot like they're documentaries, so they break the fourth wall, like in Spinal Tap. Another one, Best in Show, is really funny. It's about a dog show and dog owners, and you can just imagine the writing there. A Mighty Wind, that's another one they did about a kind of group that got together, a folk group, again, mockumentary style. Plus, the guy has also acted in The Princess Bride, A Few Good Men, and many other things. But he is a baron. He is definitely royalty in the world of acting and directing. All right, number 1 is Bobby Brown. Number 2, Michael Mann. And number 3, Christopher Guest. Be our guest, be our guest, put our service to the test. That's right. You see where I was going with that? So this is Christopher Guest playing an American redneck in Best in Show. Best in Show is about dog owners and a dog show. Very funny. You'll love this stuff. And he goes, she'd hear me in the other room. Ella me oía desde la otra habitación. She would, es rutinamente en el pasado pasaba esto. She'd hear me in the other room, and she would just start yelling. Y empezó a gritar. I'd say peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. And that was the one that would send to going crazy. La que le mandaba loca. That would send her to, y señala con el dedo. So that's why there's nothing there. That would send her to, and then he said, going crazy at the end. Again, this is Christopher Guest, a British actor. And, well, he sounds like a true American. Here he is in Best in Show.
See, she'd hear me in the other room, and she would just start yelling. I'd say, peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that would send her into going crazy.
All right, folks. Chris, you got him. Bobby Brown, Michael Mann, Christopher Guest, and Chris Valdrol. Don't forget about yourself. And, I forgot about that fun fact. Christopher Guest is married to Jamie Lee Curtis. Talk about a talented couple. Well, my amigos, thank you for another amazing show in your company. It's been fun as always, and I hope you'll join us in our next show. We're going to say goodbye with Bobby Brown's hit from 1988. It's my prerogative. I do what I want to do. That's my prerogative. It's got such a 90s sound, even though it's 80s, and 80s, 90s kind of, that kind of electric drum sound. But hey, it's going to bring you back, because I imagine many of you especially because many of you are around my age, will remember when this song was on the radio constantly. So thank you, and join us in our next program. Come on. Ah. Yes. What?